14th of January, the first video of 2019. I'm Donovan Neal. We actually remained mostly quiet for this week with a gradual warm up throughout the latter half of this week. But as we head into a weekend, we're expecting an Arctic blast for much of the continental United States, and that could mean some lows in the teens for this weekend. So let's talk about that. Here's the upper air look across the continental United States. You can see that we have an upper high pressure that's building over the Pacific Northwest, and we have a pretty tranquil flow, pretty zonal flow here across the North Texas region. But temperatures, as of 5 o'clock this morning, mostly in the mid 30s, even some freezing marks near Stephenville and some of those adjacent areas, and we'll be in the mid 40s today, so you might want to get that coat as we're probably not going to warm much this afternoon. Around the nation, much of the coldest air remains in the northeast, where they're in the single digits and even some negative readings. But to the north of the Four Corners region, they're in the single digits, and like I said, and even in the teens, and like I said earlier, we might even see those as we head in towards this weekend. Take a look across the watch warning map. Only a few spotty areas of a few dense fog advisories, but other than that, we remain pretty quiet. And of course, with a cold, stable air mass across the continental United States, no thunder expected today. Here's the average rainfall for the next 7 days, valid through Monday morning of next week. Heaviest totals remain in Northern California, and down here we might see below a quarter of an inch or so from parts of North Texas. Later this weekend into Saturday as that Arctic front begins to move through. But other than that, we remain mostly dry for this week. So let's go on to the model output. This is the 060 run of the GFS filed this afternoon at noon. This is the upper air look at 500 millibars, around 18 to 20,000 feet off the ground. You can see we have we're pretty much in a zonal flow here, and down here, like I said before, we remain mostly dry. Again, highs mostly in the mid 40s with pretty much a mix of sun and clouds. Tomorrow we begin slowly moderating. Again, mostly sunny and dry. Highs in the mid 50s, and then we warm even further on Wednesday with highs even in the mid 60s by Wednesday. Same thing on Thursday, and by Friday, as we begin to slowly moderate even more, we'll expect temperatures mostly in the mid 70s by Friday, with lows mostly in the mid to upper 40s by that point. Now here's Saturday morning as the weekend begins. Now Saturday, this is our next chance of showers and thunderstorms during the mostly during the morning hours, the very early morning hours, as of 1 a.m. You can see that's our next biggest rain chance, but then we clear as we head towards the afternoon hours, and I think during the day we'll start the day in mid 30s, and then we'll eventually warm to the mid 40s with a mix of sun and clouds. And here's Sunday. Now this is where our big Arctic front comes into play. Sunday we have a 1040 millibar high that's positioned in the Central Plains, and that keeps the coldest air down here. At this point we're almost below the freezing mark at this point. And let's take a look at the expected wind chills during the morning hours on Sunday. You can see we have mostly teens and single-digit readings for much of North Texas on Sunday morning. Wow. And of course that will not even get better during the day. So of course that will be, if we don't see the wintry precipitation, we'll see these brutally cold temperatures if this were to verify. So still 6 days out, a lot of things can and will change. So be sure to still stay with Apex Weather for the latest details. So here's a week from today, Monday the 21st of January. You can see we have troughing on both sides of the country, and down here we remain pretty quiet and tranquil. Arctic air still in place with highs only in the mid 40s. And here's the end of the 10-day forecast period. This is Wednesday the 23rd of January. You can see we have a deep trough in the pretty much down in the border, and down below that, mostly widespread showers and thunderstorms for much of the state, and you can see a little bit of snow for parts of West Texas, and even some parts of areas near Wichita Falls. But of course, that's nothing but voodoo at this point, because a lot of things can change. But let's take a look at the numbers coming off of the GFS ensemble for pretty much throughout the rest of this month. We begin to slowly we start this week pretty chilly, but then we begin to slowly moderate as we head towards the weekend. But then as we head towards Sunday, that we have that Arctic outbreak, and then it highlights the possibility that we might even stay in the 30s on Sunday. But then, as we head towards the rest of this month, we pretty much stay in the mid to upper 40s to low 50s. That's it for the Texas weather discussion video for today on Mornings in the blog. Next video here is expected to be posted at around 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. If you can catch your local TV stations this afternoon at 4, 5, 6, and 10 o'clock. Thanks for watching. Have a great day, and Godspeed.